Y'all wondering why my truck keeps getting fucked up and why I keep hitting shit? This is the kind of shit they got me driving through. This is every day. You should have saw the place I was at yesterday. I'm scraping the fucking bumper right now. Oh my God, dude. Oh. This is it. This is what I'm dealing with constantly. Every fucking day. Every drop, every pickup. Back roads, backwoods, fucking bullshit. Heavy fucking 43,000 pound coil back there. Oh my God, yep, see, it's getting stuck. I might have just fucked something up back there. We're gonna see. Why in the hell do they have me going this way? Okay, why didn't I come in through here? All right, I need to go look at it. Jesus Christ, I hope getting out of here is easier than that shit. I gotta go up to that door over there. More fucking backwoods bullshit over here. So do y'all understand now what the fuck is happening? All these goddamn loads giving me these shitty fucking delivery spots. And that's the kind of shit I'm dealing with. And if you start hitting shit, it will be an issue. I don't know how I'm supposed to get into that door. I guess I'm gonna come out to the road over here, yep, and turn around maybe. Yep, right there. Wow, I think that it could have been an easier in over here. Definitely. Wait, that looks like... Yep, okay. Oops, I hit the window. So rails usually come through here, it looks like, but it looks like trucks this time are coming through. So I'm about to turn around. It looks like this would have been much easier if I would have been able to come in this way. So something got fucking turned around. All right. Crazy, right? Yeah, cacao. Well, what happened, man? You looking all clean now and fucking, you know, you seem like you're happier? Like what in the... Shut up, bitch. I'm at my first pickup from coming off of the long weekend. I went home, I drove 716 miles straight home. I had like 30 minutes to spare on my 11, and I made it to the house at a decent time. I was able to find parking on a Saturday at the Loves that I usually park at, and I left the truck there over the weekend and went home, did some laundry, restocked on food. I'll be honest though, I was heading back towards the house to unload the truck. So I ended up spending about 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours at that last, where I left off last, waiting to get loaded. They waited until 2 hours after, like when my appointment was due, 30 minutes had passed, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's like, hey, I'm about to go on lunch, and when I get back, we'll load you. What can I do? So I just waited. I kept waiting. I sat in the front seat. I had been up for a while. Like now, I've been up since 3. I drove from 3:30 until I got to the first stop at 8, and they were like, oh, that's not the right address. You got to go over here. So it was about 45 minutes, even though it was only 10 miles up the road, because it was 8 o'clock in the morning, the day after a holiday. in Dallas, Texas. So I finally got that load, went and dropped it, and then it fucked up my tarp, man. Like, and that where I was when that video y'all just watched, that was where I delivered it. And I swear to God, when they put it on my trailer, the trailer has like a big bow in it like this. It arches up, so when the weight is distributed on it, it evens out, right? Nothing over 50,000 pounds, I'd say, if you're lucky. These guys do not fuck around. There's like 3 or 4 sets of forks on these forklifts, and they load you like 4 or 5 at a time. It is crazy. I'm over here getting shingles, and they got big old forklifts, and they load a fuck ton of shingles at once. I'm over here in Ennis, Texas, and it's a shingle place, so I know I'm not gonna have to tarp this, which is absolutely phenomenal. That's a great way to start the week, not having to tarp shit. So I get to that location and I drop that load. I have to go pick up from a place that I picked up before. It's particle board. Paying $1,800 going to Dallas, Texas, which is roughly about 600 miles, 700 miles. But I wanted to go home, which is 4 hours further south than Dallas. So that was 700 miles as well. I think it was a little shorter to get to Dallas, but it would have still would have taken me just as long. So I went home, and I'll say that I never reached out to my boss or anything. I just told my dispatcher, just drop me home. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the truck in. I need to do something else because the late days and nights is part of the gig. I get it, but the pay is not what it used to be. So I'm working my ass off to just keep my nose above water. I don't even have my head above water. I'm paying out the ass in tolls. I just got another $600 toll bill in my email, and of course when I get that email, I know they already took the money out. So that fuel's been kicking my ass and shit because I'm in the Northeast. Parking is costing me money because it's Northeast. You have like a lot of places you pay to park out there, pay to even just get into the parking area. You have to take a ticket, and if you're there for more than 2 hours, you got to pay unless you've spent $25 inside the store. And if you lose that ticket, it's $100. So yeah, it's everywhere you turn, they're nickel and diming us out here, and it doesn't change. It's the same all the time. All the time. They're always charging. They're always fucking wherever they can get their chunk, their chunk of the change. So with that, I get to move up now. I'm not driving. I'm just moving forward. I'm in staging. I'm in the warm-up area here, waiting to get loaded. And I'm a couple trucks deep, but I feel like it's gonna work out. I feel like it's gonna work out. So. And boom, we are in line. So yeah, I would be honest, I was gonna turn the truck in when I went home. I was gonna unload it. I was gonna take this load into Dallas, and I was gonna get a load going to go into Chicago so I could drop this truck off. Well, my boss called me and was like, "Hey man, I saw your video," because he's a subscriber of mine. The owner of the company is a subscriber of mine. He loves my YouTube channel. He's like, "You don't look happy." He's like, "It's the way it's sounding, it's not sounding good." Like basically I was gonna quit. I was talking about other like going back to IT or trying the electrical gig or whatever. It sounded like I was gonna turn the truck in. I was gonna try something else. Well, he was like, "Nah. What can I do to help, man? There's only so much I can do, but I want to try to do something. You know what I mean?" So we started talking about stuff, and we landed on, he saw my discontent with being in the Northeast and stuff, and he was like, "Well, what if we try to get you home every weekend?" He's like, "We got guys in Chicago," which it's normal in Chicago. Sorry, I'm cleaning my truck while I'm talking. We got guys in Chicago that go home every weekend, and they're grossing, about $7,000 or $8,000 a week. But granted, Chicago's like the center of the fucking United States, and that's where like a lot of shit comes in and out of Chicago. So I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I've talked to Tom already about it. Tom's my dispatcher." He's like, "Houston's paying real well coming out of it's paying real well coming out, not so much going in. So when I go to deliver into Houston, or even if I deliver, a couple hours out, and I just drive a deadhead to the house to go home for the 34." Sorry, they're talking to each other. Oh, he got out of the forklift to come get the paperwork. That's nice. He didn't even have to get. Oh, we're not allowed to get out of the truck. That's why. We got to stay in the truck the whole fucking time, even when they're loading us. And then we go out of the property to strap and shit because of liability, I guess. If you fall off your trailer and you get hurt, they don't want to get sued. So instead of reaching out to my boss, I treated it as if it was like any other, like any major conglomerate that I've ever been in. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, it's gonna get on my nerves. It's rattling, so it's gonna get on my nerves. It's gonna get on my nerves, man. Now that I know it's happening, I hear it. So I never reached out to him. He saw my video and he went out of his way to contact me. You know, so he's like, what can I do to make it better? I was like, well, I don't know if you could change the economy, but if you could, that'd be nice. And he's like, well, I can't do that, but what if we try to get you home every weekend? And I'm like, dude, that would be fantastic, because that would mean I'd have to stay pretty much Midwest, South, around that area to kind of get to be sure that I'm home, and that's where fuel is. Man, I got fuel for $4.50 a gallon today. I filled up. And if that's normal, if I could do that normally, man, you know how much money I'll save on fuel? Oh man, tons of money on fuel. That's your biggest expense, is the fuel, other than the truck, of course. So I'm gonna put it down a little bit. So with that, you know, I'm like, that would be fantastic. He also reminded me that I'm no longer in debt with them. You know, like I paid off the insurance claim. I had security deposits that I had to pay. Those are paid off. Like this is like the last week. This last paycheck that I just finished, that I just turned my last trip in for the week, like an hour ago. That'll pay me up for my security deposit. That means I'm going to get an extra $250 a week on top of my check, because I'm not paying into that anymore. So I'm usually paying $250 to get that done. Wow, this guy's gonna be late, so lazy. He's gonna drive his forklift super close to the truck instead of get his fat ass out of the truck to get the fucking paper. Whatever, anyways. So yeah, so I like that shit. You know, I'm gonna be home every weekend. We're at least gonna try. It's not a promise that he can guarantee, but it's at least something that we're gonna try to make happen. You know what I'm saying? So since we're gonna try, that means I'm gonna be staying closer to the southern portion of the United States, where I kind of wanted to be this whole time, is be south. I'm tired of running the Northeast. It's not paying any more than the South, from what I've gathered so far. Just running my truck. So we're gonna try that, and so I was like, yeah, let's try that. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that my boss went out of his way to contact me when I had thought all hope was lost, and I was just gonna write it off as like being in a mega corporation where they have me talk to some driver retention person that's trained, you know, to try to talk me into staying. No, the boss himself called me from watching my video. He reached out to me and did his best, did everything in his power to try and make things right, make me happy, and I feel like that's great. You know, I just assumed, I was chasing after the spot market, that I wouldn't be able to gross, you know, as much staying closer to home. But in reality, it's like, no, I'm just trying to get home. I'll try to I take 34s anyways. You know, if I could swing by the house, even every 2 weeks would be good. Really, I would like it every weekend. That's what's got me excited, you know, every weekend. I can do my laundry, restock the truck with food. I'm saving money there. The truck is off those 34 hours that I'd be, you know, usually idling, which is about a gallon in an hour. And we'll just write it off as like $5 a gallon for average fuel price, right? And that's about $150 that I'll be saving just in idling the truck. So I'm saving money all the way around, and I'm able to come home and see my kids more often. And this is basically what I've wanted, like I don't want to say regional, but I'm home every weekend, if not every other weekend, as an owner-operator, lease operator, where I'm paying towards the truck that's going to eventually be mine, and I get to be home every weekend. That's the biggest. I can't stress that enough. I'm saying 100 fucking times. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. So I'm gonna try this out, and we're gonna give it a whirl. We're gonna see how it goes, and hopefully it goes well. And you know, my morale will stay high. So if you guys are like where I am, where I was, where you feel like all hope is lost, and try talking to somebody, man. Like, if my boss hadn't looked at my video, I would have turned the truck in. I would have been on my way to turn the truck in right now. And who knows where I would have ended up after that. You know, I would have still had to fucking find my way home, so that would have probably been number one, was trying to get my way home. So if I can gross around $7,000 a week to the truck, that's including their 15% taken out, and I keep it around $2,000 in fuel, I can probably see on average about $2,000 to $2,500 a week in net, which is good enough money for me. If that means I can go home every week, I don't need to make buku fucking money. I just need to make enough money to catch up and be able to still put money away. If I can do that, I'll be golden. That way I'll still have decent home time, a lot of home time. If I'm home every weekend, I mean, that's a far shoot, I know. And on the comments, I can already feel them fucking coming in. It's not going to be guaranteed every single week, but you can try. Dude, these guys are so fucking lazy. They don't want to get out of the fucking truck. They don't want to get out of the forklift. They're gonna risk scratching up and fucking up people's trucks, so they don't have to get out of the fucking forklift. But anyways, whatever. I don't care. As long as they get me fucking loaded quick, so I get this shit strapped down, and get the hell out of here, and start heading up to Minnesota. Because it's gonna take me 2 fucking days to get there. I'm next though. They're gonna come get me next. So basically, I figured I'd at least give y'all the rundown. I'm staying. We're gonna try this out. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed. I will say, the guy I work for is fucking amazing, man. Like, the company, they've worked with me so much. The shit that's happened with the accident and the tire situation and shit, and there's everything that could have went wrong has gone wrong here at this company, and they've held on to me, and they've fought to keep me, despite me feeling like all hope was lost and I was just gonna fucking get buried in all kinds of debt because I couldn't get out of shit. Now, well, there's a way to make me happy, and there's a way to still make some money. So he had mentioned to me also, and I feel like I owe them this, even though, I mean, I'm not. He bought like 6 trailers. All right, so if you're an owner-operator and you want to do flatbed, he's leasing those trailers out. If you guys are interested in that kind of shit, if you guys own your own trucks and you want to do flatbed, get with me, truckerdudebrendan@gmail.com. We'll talk, and you can speak with him about the specifics on the pay and whatever. It's all strictly line haul here. I don't know how he would work it out. I'm paying I'm paid 85-15 split. I don't know if that's the same he would do. Even so, shit, I've grossed $150,000 this year so far. And if I didn't have a truck payment, I would have already grossed. I would have netted at least an additional $18,000 this year so far, just from not having to pay the truck. So, yeah, I've paid quite a bit towards the truck. And that's another reason why I felt like I need to stay and I need to see this through. What do they say, man? Good truck drivers aren't made from the good times, they're made from the bad times. So I want to try to stick it out. Those of you guys that were encouraging me to not give up and shit, I do appreciate it. I mean, the end is far from being in sight, or this is not set in stone where, I'm going to be happy all around, but at least we're taking steps in the right direction, and I'm going to stay positive on it. But look, I don't know if you guys have seen this, my custom mod. There's a guy that made it for me, and when I turn it on, it says love it, hate it, fucking rate it on the screen, and it plugs directly into the 12 volt, and it's safe for the truck. So, and it's got a little hook here. Just keep it right there where my CV would go. I don't use my CV anyway, so I just put that shit up there. But yeah, if you guys are interested in leasing the trailer from my boss, man, I swear, like, these guys are fucking amazing. They're great. They'll take care of you. They're taking care of me, and now I know not to just automatically assume that shit's gonna go south. I'll talk to him first before I decide, I'm gonna turn the truck in. Because as soon as I told him I was gonna have to turn the truck in, the next day he called me and he's like, look, man, I've been trying to figure some shit out, and I don't want to see you fail. you know, and you know, let's try to make it right. And so far, that's what it looks like. But it looks like they're coming to get my paper. About to get loaded. Get the fuck out of here. Remember, just ladies, love you, hate, and fucking ready to take care. I'll see you all another time.